Thank you for joining us on another edition of Now Sports Summary. And this is our exclusive interview that we have every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And today we have a special guest with us on the show. And she's a very interesting guest. And I'm sure you will know why when we get into the conversation fully. So today on the show with us, we have Iremide Owolabi, who is a young and talented Nigerian-born athlete based in Canada. And Iremide is now 11 years and a sixth grade student who has excelled in multiple disciplines. As a skilled contortionist, she also demonstrates remarkable flexibility and, of course, artistry as well. In addition, she does 3 other sports, which is volleyball, track and field events, and cross country. So she has won medals as well in some of the sports, and she also contributes a quota into school athletics success. So today with us, we have Iremide Owolabi. Thank you for joining us on Now Sports Summary on Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos.
Thank you for having me.
All right, then. So let's get straight into it. So first off, let's start from you as a contortionist. So we would like to know what attracted you to contortion?
So basically, when I was younger, on the TV, I'd always see people doing it, and I thought it was cool. So I tried to do it, but I failed multiple times, but I didn't give up. So I kept on trying and trying until I got it.
So now that you've gotten it, how would you say, is it easy? Because I tried doing it like twisting my hands and I was like, no, this is not easy in any way. How easy has it been for you?
Sometimes it's easy, but if I want to learn new sports or like things in contortion, it gets a bit harder and harder and harder.
But what are the kind of exercise you kind of do to make it easier for you to learn new skills?
So basically, before I do anything that I'm not sure how to do, I stretch and I do some workouts to make sure to prevent some injuries. And I also watch videos to make sure that I'm doing it the right way.
So how long have you been doing your contortion skills now?
I'm pretty sure I've been doing it for 9 years now.
9 years and you're 11. So let's do the calculation. If we take out 9 from 11, we have 2. So you've been doing contortion since when you were 2.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And it's a very funny sport, kind of, or funny performance. How did your parents take it when they saw you stretching and turning and your legs is up and all those kind of skills that you do?
At first, they were like, wow, it's amazing. But then I kept on doing it, and they kept on getting more surprised and more surprised until they're like, oh, I think she likes this now.
Okay, that's interesting. So because of the flexibility that comes with contortion, don't you like gymnastics? Because it's kind of close to contortion. So why don't you like doing the gymnastics as well?
I love doing gymnastics. Gymnastics is a little bit different from contortion because in gymnastics you do flips, tumbling, but in contortion you don't really do tumbling. You just do like flexibility stuff.
So you just prefer contortion to being a gymnast?
I think I would prefer being a gymnast now, but contortion is also very fun and helpful in gymnastics.
Oh, okay. So it looks like you're starting to like gymnastics now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So it's interesting to know that you also do other sports and you do volleyball, you do track and field events, and you also do cross country. Let's start with volleyball. How did you pick up interest in volleyball?
So basically at school, there was like this club that was like volleyball practice to see who would make the team. And I wasn't really the best at volleyball, so I just kept on practicing and practicing outside until I was like, okay, I'm very good at it now. And then when I went to school, they posted the team of who made the team for the volleyball club. And I got on there and I started liking it and it was really fun. And I also got to meet new people.
That's interesting. So for how long have you been doing volleyball now?
I started doing volleyball probably this year, so maybe like 7 months.
Okay. So are you loving it already?
Yeah, it's a very fun sport.
Hmm. Okay, now let's talk about your track and field events. You do the 200-meter race, right? So how do you combine doing volleyball now and you running track and field events?
So track and field is really hard. It wasn't really the funnest because you just had to keep on running and running and running. But at the start of the race, there was always something pushing me, just like run. And I'd always think of something in my head that'd be like, okay, you got this, you got this. There's a prize for you at the end.
Mm. That's interesting. So did you start track and field, the 200-meter race? Did you start it this year as well?
I don't start 200 meters until I'm in grade 8, but I did 80 meter, 400 meter, 800 meter, and 1500 meter.
Wow. Wow, you have to be a multi-talented athlete to have combined all of those three events together. But now let's talk about cross country. Cross country is different, is entirely different from track and field events. So how did you get into cross country as well?
So basically, last year at school, people were talking about cross country. I wasn't sure what it was until I did some research, and I thought it was a very fun sport. So at school, when it started, they were like cross country practice, join, and see if you can like win the race. And I started getting like very interested in it. So I started running, and I liked it because there was not really lanes, because in track and field you have to run in a lane, and sometimes it gets very annoying. But in cross country there were no lanes, and there wasn't really anything like you possibly do in track and field besides the running. So I think I liked cross country because it was very different from track and field because I like running.
But it's quite challenging doing cross country because it's very taxing. How have you been able to manage all of those challenges that comes with the cross country game?
Every time I come back home from school, I ride my bike and sometimes I run around with my friends. And when I get home, I stretch and I watch tips and videos on how to gain more strength while running.
That's interesting. You have a lot to do then. Okay, so let me ask, how do you combine those three sports? Because they are totally different from each other. Volleyball is different from track and field, is different from cross country. So how do you sort of combine those three together?
So basically, how I combine them together is like I I like think of different things while I do all of them. So if I'm doing volleyball, I don't really think about cross country, track and field, gymnastics, or contortion. I just think about volleyball. And when I do cross country, I don't think about anything else but running. And when I do track and field, I don't think about any other sports. And yeah, I basically just don't think about the other sports when I try to do them, so it doesn't confuse me.
Oh, interesting. You've got to have a lot of mental toughness to be able to do that. And I really love that about you. And so let's talk about the sports that you got your first medal from. Which of the sports did you get your first medal in?
I got my first medal from gymnastics, and I
Hmm.
got my second one from track and field. And then I have lots more from running at school. And then I had a couple of more ribbons from gymnastics.
Hmm. I don't know if there's someone that can quickly bring those trophies so we see them.
Of course. Okay, so basically, this one I got second in the 800 meter.
Okay.
And then for this one, I got third in what was this one called again? It was the 800, wait, no, it was the 400 meter, I'm pretty sure again. And then for this one, I got fourth in the 1500 meter. And then
Fantastic.
for this one, I got first track and field regionals.
Wow.
And for this one was from gymnastics. I I completed a level and they gave me a ribbon for being very good at it and a little
Interesting.
certificate. And those are most of the things that I've won so far.
Hmm. That's interesting. I really love all of this. I mean, congratulations to you. So, when you won your first medal, how did you feel?
When I won my first medal, I was happy, but I wasn't. I was thinking about getting more medals. I wasn't really like, oh my gosh, I got a medal. I
You
just
were
wanted
not
to
even
get.
celebrating the one you have first. But it was a good feeling. Of course, you can be happy. And when you won your second, you'll be like, okay, now I know I can get more. Which one was your second?
My second was this one, the track and field one.
Oh, okay.
And
So this was in 200 meters, right?
no, it was 400.
400 meters. Oh, okay. That's fantastic. So of all of the sports that you do, which one of them do you think you're liking more now? And you think, well, I think this one I can do it for a long time. Which one has really caught your interest that you said, okay, I really like this one?
It'd probably be contortion and gymnastics. Those two because they're very similar and it's not really like that hard to get mixed up with.
Hmm. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So now, what do you like doing in your free time? Like in your free time when you're back from school, what do you like doing?
When I come back from school, I usually like to like study and read my books, like get prepared for a test. And then sometimes I like watching movies with my brother, playing outside, riding my bike, going to the park, and even going on walks with my dogs. My
Hmm.
dog.
How many dogs do you have?
I actually have one, but I really want more when I'm older.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Well, just like to know what's your best food?
Hmm. My favorite food is probably French fries, and then my second one would probably be the rice that my mom makes.
That's interesting. Okay, so we have been speaking with Iremide Owolabi, who is a multi-talented athlete. She does three sports. She does volleyball, she does track and field events, and she is also a cross-country runner. So she combines all those three sports, and she has been speaking with us on Now Sports Summary on Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos. So before we wrap this up, could you just show us some of your contortion skills? Some of the ones, very easy ones, so I can learn. I can learn it. Let's just show us some of your contortion skills. Okay, yeah, we can see you now.
And then my second favorite one, this one's very hard. It's basically when your hand is holding all your body weight like this.
Okay,
And then my favorite one would probably be a bridge. You take your hands back and then you go down into a bridge. It's kind of the shape of a bridge. That's why they call it a bridge. And then
okay.
from here, you can go more down.
Interesting.
And it's probably one of my favorite tricks. And then my last one has probably going to be this one. I learned this one when I was younger, and
Okay.
it was really hard to learn. So you go like this, all the way to a handstand.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Iremide. See, of all the skills you've done now, I'm not sure there's anyone I can do right now. I'm not sure I can do any of it, but yeah, thank you very much. It's been nice having this conversation with you, and I really loved it. But before I let you go, which of the big tournaments would you like to participate in? Maybe when you grow much older, which of the competitions are you looking at? That okay, maybe the Olympics, maybe any of the bigger competition or tournaments you would want to participate in?
Maybe when I'm older, I want to go to the Olympics and do gymnastics, and maybe one day I'll even try running. And I love gymnastics because there's a girl named Simone Biles, and she's very good at gymnastics. And I hope
That's a legend. Yeah, go on, go on.
she also won the gold medal, and I hope to win a gold medal just like her when I'm older.
Hmm. So that is why I was even going to ask you some of your role models or your mentors, but since you already mentioned one, do you have some others that you want to tell us?
My second one would probably be a girl named Sophie Dossi.
Okay. What does she do?
She does contortion and
Mhm.
she's very, very talented. And then my third one would probably be Anna McNulty.
Okay. What sport does she do?
She does cheer and she also does contortion. Like cheer is like kind of like gymnastics, but in the sky.
Hmm. That's gonna be really tough. I'm not I love it. I love it when you do it, but it's a lot of challenge. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can do any of it, but it's good. It's great seeing you do this. And I've followed you over time, and I really must say that I appreciate the hard work you're putting into every sports and into achieving a lot that you want to achieve. And that also must be kudos to your parents also for allowing you to do all of this. And uh, I would have wanted to speak with you. Is she there?
No, she's not there.
Okay, so okay, let me ask you now. What has the support been from your mom and your dad?
My my parents mostly like every time I like win a competition or anything, they always congratulate me. They let me talk with my grandparents and sometimes even take me to go and get some ice cream.
Well, your grandparents are they in Canada as well?
No, they're not in Canada.
Oh, okay, okay. So, what's the motivation from your parents? Do they give you gifts and that motivates you to want to win some more medals?
Not all the time I get gifts, but if I work really hard for it or it's like a very hard thing, I probably will like go get ice cream.
Hmm. So that is fantastic. Thank you so much, Iremide Owolabi, and please keep doing what you know how to do best. Keep studying, and of course, keep working hard at every sport you're doing right now. And like you mentioned, you want to be at the biggest stage. And we right here on Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos, we will be rooting for you and supporting you all the way. So to our listeners, if you see this name anywhere in the future and the winning medals bringing the Olympic gold, then you should know that you heard it here first on Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos. Iremide Owolabi is the multi-talented athlete we've been speaking with all the way from Canada. She's Nigerian born, all the way from Canada, and she has been talking to us about how she combines three different sports, and she has also won medals in some of these sports. So thank you so much, Iremide Owolabi, for joining us on the show today, and what wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me here.
Always, always. And of course, we'll be following up on your achievements, and we hope that you would definitely be able to do more. We really want to see you on that big stage.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt, and
All
thank you for having me here.
right. Regards to your parents. Bye.
Bye.